Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. This is not the video that was supposed to go up today. Okay, I have other videos lined up to go up, but I just could not bring myself to post like I was posting something regular on a day like this, because except you have been living under a rock in the last 24 hours, you wouldn't know what is going on. But maybe by the title of this video you will know what has been going on, and I couldn't bring myself to post what I intended to post on my YouTube channel today, so I decided to do this video, sit down and do this video, because I have just been in utter shock. I have just been in utter disbelief since last night. Now I say last night because I was in the restroom. I was in the restroom just before midnight. I think that was about 11:30 p.m. or so, and I just opened my Instagram, and the very first thing I saw there was Davido loses his son IFEANYI, or breaking news: Davido loses his son. And I had to look twice to be sure what I was seeing. I saw this post by a page on Instagram called Sabi Radio. So in my head, I'm just like, no, this has to be fake news. This has to be untrue, because how? So while I was in the toilet, I just screamed my husband's name, babe, 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 come and see what I'm seeing. And then he comes in. I show him the post, and he's like, how? As in how? Because I literally remember that just last week, IFEANYI marks his 3rd birthday. I think Davido and Chioma posted about it, because I know I saw pictures and videos on Instagram. He just turned 3 last week. So to see this, in my head, I'm like, is it fake? It better be fake. You know how you just want something to be so untrue? You just want something to be like, no, that's a lie. That's not possible. That's how much I wanted this news to be fake. But on the other hand, I'm like, but this Sabi Radio guys, they don't just post anything without it being confirmed. Like, I checked Instablog Niger, there was no post about it yet. I checked Linda Ikeji's blog, there was no post about it yet. But I said, Sabi Radio, these people, I follow them because they always give legit stories, and you know, they break news as it happens. So they must have confirmed this thing before they put it out there. Now this was like before midnight, and I was already getting ready for bed. So I just said a prayer. I was like, God please, let this news be fake. By the time it's dawn, by the time morning comes, let this news just be as unreal as I hope it is. God please Lord, let it be that this little boy is okay, you know. And I went to bed hoping that when I wake up this morning, they would say it was a hoax or something. But I woke up this morning and it's confirmed. A lot more other blogs have posted. The news has broken on Twitter, everywhere, that Davido lost his 3-year-old son IFEANYI yesterday. Apparently, Davido and Chioma left Lagos to Ibadan yesterday on a quick trip for a family gathering, and left IFEANYI in the hands of, you know, childminders, nanny, and all of that, only for them to hear hours after that their son had passed. I don't know if they were informed while they were there, or if they got back home and learned about what happened. I'm really not sure. But as a parent to a 3-year-old, I have a 3-year-old daughter. As a parent to a 3-year-old daughter, the worst thing, and I think I said this in one of my videos sometime last week, that my worst fear as a mother is losing my child. It's the worst fear. And I could not bring myself to imagine the first reaction as a parent when you hear something as tragic and as horrible as that. Now you see this whole thing that has happened, I apportion no blames to Davido and Chioma at all. Any parents can take a trip at any time. In May, I went to Dubai. That same May, I went to Delta State to bury my auntie. Like, in the month of May, I was barely around. I had to call my nanny, my ex-nanny, who no longer works for me at the time. I had to call her to come back, all right, to, you know, look after my house and my child and all of that. Obviously, I couldn't leave Mia Rose with just her dad for like how many weeks? It was not possible. So I needed somebody else to come and be here. So I believe that a lot of parents in Nigeria, maybe not even in Nigeria, maybe in other parts of the world, at some point will have to take trips, will have to travel and leave their children behind with either a nanny or a family member or something. These things happen every single day. So this is not a case of they should have, or they could have, why did they not? If you have nothing kind to say right now, this is not the time to apportion blames to the parents. This is not the time to say, oh, you should have done this. Why you not do this? Why you that is not the point. The point is that this couple left their son in the hands of a nanny and many other staff in the house, and this tragedy happened. Now, from news that has broken and from things that I've gotten to hear and see on the internet since I woke up this morning, he was found drowned in the family swimming pool. So many questions began to arise in my head. Where was the nanny when this happened? The person who is being paid to watch this boy, literally to watch every waking moment of this boy, where was this person when this thing happened? And according to some reports that I have heard, he was found in the pool after being there for a long time, because I think I saw this on Instagram, I think I saw this on Linda Ikeji's blog as well. It wasn't like, oh my god, she realized he wasn't there 2 seconds and they found him and then they pulled him out. No, it was that he had been there for a long time. Heck, this little child, after being rushed to Evercare Hospital in Lekki, was pronounced dead on arrival, to show you that he was in there for quite a while before he was found. Another blog carried that, you know, the nanny stepped out to answer a phone call and left IFEANYI in the care of one of the chefs or something, and then when she came back, IFEANYI was not there, and she was asking the chef. The chef said, I left IFEANYI with you. I went back to the kitchen, gene, this one happened. I'm just like, so the long and short of everything is that a 3-year-old boy that was left in your care by his parents, you could not account for his whereabouts. And then they began to look for him around the whole house. For 20 minutes, according to what I saw on the internet, for 20 minutes, they began to look for this boy around the whole house until a member of the security team or a security man found him in the pool. And then they pulled him out immediately. More than 20 minutes, according to what I saw. Could be less, could be more. But what I saw on one of the blogs on Instagram was that 20 minutes after they had been going around the whole house looking for him, he was found in the pool. So many questions come to mind. How did he open? Because people are like, oh my god, the door is a heavy door. Yes, definitely. Davido lives in Banana Island. We all know that houses there don't come cheap and are obviously fitted with the best of fittings you can ever imagine. Now, to my understanding, the front door is quite a heavy one. A 3-year-old might not be able to open that door by himself. So many questions come to mind. How was it that he went as far as opening the front door, went to the pool, entered the pool without nobody seeing him? The nanny was there. There were 8 other staff in the house comprising of chefs, security and all of that, and nobody saw anything. It is I don't even understand, you guys, because it is so mind-blowing. And I'm sorry, because if I were a nanny, if it was my job to look after somebody's child, I cannot let that child out of my sight for like 1 second. I cannot do that. It takes a lot for somebody to leave their child in your care. This world is not a very trusting world. So people don't just leave their kids with anybody. And you can be sure that this was not even a new nanny or somebody who had just resumed work yesterday. For them to be comfortable with leaving him with her, you know, goes to show that they had some sort of trust in this person. You let your eyes off a toddler of that age. I have a 3-year-old daughter who I don't keep my eyes off her. I don't even have a nanny or a help right now. But she must always have somebody watching her. Because toddlers move around quickly, disappear quickly. They are very, very inquisitive at this age. So how is it that somebody is paying you for a job and you say you went to go answer a phone call somewhere? You went to go answer a phone call and you thought somebody was watching him, and then when you came back, you were asking the person, where is this person? That one said, but I left him in your care. And then the whole house went into a frenzy and you all began to look for him. And then how many minutes after, you found this innocent little boy in the pool? By the time he got to the hospital, he was already deceased. There's a lot I want to say in this video, guys, but I think I'm still battling with the why part of it. And at times like this, you feel like asking God questions. You know, it is things like this that happen that you're like, but God, wait first too. But wait first. I cannot begin to imagine what Davido and Chioma are going through right now. I can't even imagine. This is not a case of, oh, I can imagine, oh, I can imagine. You can't imagine. You can't imagine what the parents of a 3-year-old boy that left their son hale and hearty at home before going on a very quick trip. You can't imagine what they are going through now. I read in one of those reports that Davido tore his clothes and was about to run out of the house like a mad person. Of course, I would do even worse than that. I hear that Chioma is distraught, that the two of them are just holed up in Davido's father's house and nobody's even allowed to see them, no family, no friends, just them, because I feel like what they need now is just family, just their direct nuclear family. They don't need friends, They don't need condolences. They don't need all of that right now, because I cannot begin to imagine the kind of states that they are in at the moment right now. Just go on Instagram and see the heartbreak people are going through because of this news that hits, you know, early hours of this morning / last night. People are heartbroken. Such a handsome, beautiful little boy. As a matter of fact, he reminded me so much of my daughter Mia Rose, because he kept his hair long and all of that. Just the absolute cutest, most adorable thing. And because of somebody's negligence, yes, it has a name. This is child negligence. This is criminal negligence. And I'm super duper happy, from what I have gathered so far, that this nanny and 8 others have been arrested, or well, have been brought in for questioning, not arrested. They have been brought in for questioning, and anybody who is found culpable is going to be arrested for this, because at the end of the day, this is not a case of sorry ma, sorry sir. It's not going to happen. This is a case of, it's a crime. It is something called child negligence. And people have to be a lot more careful about this. It reminds me so much of when D'banj lost his own son a couple of years ago. D'banj's son was only 1 year old when he passed. The same thing, drowning in a pool. And now this is happening again to Davido. It's like, hasn't this guy been through so much loss already? He has been through so much loss. He has lost close friends, close family. He's always mourning one person or the other. So now have him relive this again, and it is his only son. No, it's too much for one person to take. It's too much for one person to take. It also reminds me of something I saw on the internet a while back about a 19-year-old girl in the UK, was in the UK or in the US, that left her less than 2-year-old toddler at home all by herself for 5 days. 5 days you left a child that you bore from your womb alone in the house for 5 days to go and party, to go partying for 5 days. You come back, you stroll back into your house after about 4 or 5 days, and your child is lying dead in the home you left her in. That girl is going to jail. I mean, she's in jail already for child negligence. It is a crime. It is something that somebody has to pay by going to jail. Yes, it is. Somebody here might say, oh my God, them imprisoning somebody will not bring him back. Yes, but somebody has to pay. It's the same way people get murdered, and somebody is paying for that by spending the rest of their life in prison. It's the same damn thing. Somebody has to pay for this. Somebody has to be held responsible for this. My heart goes out to Davido and Chioma. This sad incident can bring about a lot of things. It's either they are strong for each other right now, and they find a way to pull through this together. This is enough to even break them. And that's just the honest to God truth. I've seen these things happen before. You know, I've seen this happen where, you know, there's a loss of a child in a family and it destroys a marriage or a relationship. I've seen it happen. And my fingers are crossed for these two people, because I have been rooting for them. You guys know this. I think I mentioned in one of my What's New series episodes, whatever, about how I'm so glad that they're back together. And I really pray they find a way to pull through this. My heart is broken. You know, they say that the smaller the coffin, the heavier it is, in the sense that a small coffin that is used to bury a child is the heaviest to carry, because it is always tragic, it is always traumatic, and no parents should ever feel this kind of pain. Not even your worst enemy should feel this kind of pain. Even me, that I don't know Davido and Chioma personally, my heart is just in shatters about this. I have not been able to do anything all day. I have not been able to be productive. I have not been able to do anything, because I just keep seeing that little boy's face in my head. My prayers are with him and his family. I pray that God consoles them, because at the end of the day, it's only God that can console Davido and Chioma at this point. Only God, nobody else. Not you, not me, not even their father or their mother, or nobody can console them except God. And I pray that the God that allowed this to happen, God that deemed it fit for IFEANYI to return to his bosom, gives them the strength to be able to deal with this. Because this anyway guys, that's all I wanted to come and say here. I just put on my camera. I didn't even know why I was on my camera, but I just wanted to pour. You know how you're thinking about something is heavy on your heart and you just want to pour it out? That's what I literally felt like doing. And I really hope that as time goes on, we get to hear how this case is being chased, how this case is being followed up. And I really hope, like I said, that somebody is held responsible for this, because it's not enough to say that you are sorry. It's not enough to say sorry, ma, sorry, sir. It's not just enough. It can't bring him back. And that's all I'm going to say about this. keep them in your prayers, guys, because I feel like that's all they need right now. They need your prayers. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.